Okay, so we're going to go through some of the archetypes now.
All of them. I guess the color pairs.
Yeah, all of the color archetypes.
Yeah.
And we're starting with the blue-white Flyers deck.
Yeah, I guess it's like the classic blue-white skies.
Yeah.
And
we have some cards that we want to mention that
I guess
fits into this.
We'll just show, I guess, 3 cards from each archetype just to show the theme.
Yeah.
So I guess the uncommon that points to the whole skies part of the archetype is the Thunderclap. Wyvern, whatever.
Yeah.
It's 2 white blue.
Yep.
A 2/3 flash flying.
Yeah.
And it pumps other creatures with flying.
Yeah. So it's just perfect.
Typical flying theme.
Yeah.
And there are also other cards like Warden of Evo's Isle.
Yes.
3 mana for a 2/2 flying that makes creature spells with flying cost 1 less to cast.
Yeah.
And there are cards like the Sprite Noble. It's 1 and 2 blue for a 2/2 flying again. It pumps all the other flying +0/+1, and it can tap to pump +1/+0.
Yeah.
So there are like flying lords, and there are also, I guess, unruly mob with flying and stuff like that in white. So yeah, it's basically the classic gum up the ground, wind in the air stuff.
Yep.
Not much more to say there, I think.
No.
So we can move on to blue-black. It's mostly a reanimation theme in the archetype.
Yeah.
The uncommon is Extract from Darkness. First, each player mills 2 cards.
Yes.
And then you put a creature card from a graveyard.
Yeah, so you can put
so
it.
You can have it from your opponent as well.
Yeah.
But this just shows the reanimation theme in the colors.
Yeah.
Then you have cards like Victimize.
Yeah. Very good card. You choose 2 target creature cards in your graveyard, and then you sack a creature, and then you put those 2 creatures that you've chosen onto the battlefield tapped.
Yeah, so double reanimation.
Yeah.
And obviously cards like Animate Dead are in the
course.
set. And this works well with cards like Merfolk Looter and stuff.
Yeah, being able to, you have to have a discard outlet if you are the Animate Dead deck.
Yeah, and there are cards on rare like Entomb and stuff like that, but just a Merfolk Looter, draw a card, put a bomb into the graveyard, reanimate it with Animate Dead and stuff like that. So yeah, that's not all that this color combination is about, but it's the main theme.
Yeah, it's the theme.
We're moving on to black-red, and this is like, I mean, it's basically a sort of sacrifice theme. Yeah. But they can also be reanimator because you have.
Yeah, of course you have the reanimate spells
the black cards.
Yeah.
So and the but if you look more about sacrificing, I guess you can have card like Blood Artist to get value from stuff dying.
Yeah.
You can have there's a red
enchantment.
Yeah, the Tooth and Claw, which you can sacrifice 2 creatures and you get a 3/1. So then you're
down 1 creature.
Yeah, you're down 1 creature, but if you're profiting on the dying part,
you can. Yeah, if you drain them 2, and you're down 1 creature, you have a 3/1 left.
Yeah.
So and if
like
you have tokens,
can be both engines and profit.
Yeah.
And you have card like Sangir Autocrat that puts 5 bodies on the board.
Yep.
4 bodies.
4 bodies. Yeah.
That you can all sacrifice to Carrion Feeder and that enchantment, and together with Blood Artist you get that value again.
Yeah. And you have a Beetleback Chief
that we mentioned earlier.
Same thing here. You get 3 bodies for 4 mana.
Yeah. And as I said, there are sack outlets like Carrion Feeder and the Vultures and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And maybe you have some sort of combination of this with reanimating or what's it called again? The Gravedigger.
Yeah.
Stuff like that. You can just get value again.
Yeah, exactly. And we also want to mention that there are a lot of echo creatures in red.
Yeah, so basically you could get value from the echo creature with maybe 3 damage and haste or bounce something. And if you don't want to pay the echo, you could sacrifice it.
Yeah, you can sack it, upkeep, and get a 3/1 maybe because you sack one more.
Or you sack it
to drain
after
one.
it's ready.
Yeah.
With its stuff. So
after it's ready.
Yeah, but I mean, if you have gotten 3 damage, it has a haste and has attacked.
Yeah.
And you know you don't want to pay the echo, you can just sacrifice it.
Yeah.
So, not super clear what it's supposed to do, but I guess it's sacrifice / reanimation something.
/ value.
/
Yeah, so...
Moving on.
Yeah. Okay, next one is red-green, or Gruul. Fast aggro, as you might say.
Yeah, it's beatdown.
Yeah.
The uncommon here is Bloodbraid Elf.
Yeah.
I mean, 3/2 haste and cascade. So both damage and card draw.
Signifies the Gruul colors, I think.
Yeah, here. And also you have another uncommon, the Flinthoof Boar. That is a 3/3 if you have a mountain, and you can also give it haste.
Yeah.
With red mana. So for 3 it's a 3/3 haste.
Yeah, that's good.
So yeah, it's a good card.
And then of course you have the Curd Ape, as you mentioned
in this deck,
before.
Curd Ape will be very good.
1 mana 1/2, but in this deck it will be a 1 mana 2/3. So yeah.
So yeah, that's enough for showing what this is about.
Yeah,
I think.
it's not more to say about that. I think.
No, it's pretty obvious.
Yeah.
Okay, green-white, also pretty clear. It's about enchantments.
Yeah.
The uncommon is the Armadillo Cloak. Very good. +2/+2 trample and lifelink.
And lifelink, yes.
And it's a good aura. And you have cards like...
Yeah, like the Mesa Enchantress. Whenever you play an enchantment spell, you draw a card.
Yeah.
So it's an engine for the deck.
Yeah, and auras like an Ancestral Mask. The enchanted creature gets +2/+2 for each other enchantments in play.
Yeah.
And stuff like that. There are creatures that get bigger.
Yeah, and you have good enchantments in the green-white. You have Pacifist, for example, Fate's Feathers. You have Rancor. So there are a lot of good enchantments in the green-white.
Yeah, and you get card draw, you get the creature pump, you get bigger stuff, blah 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 blah.
Yeah.
So
exactly.
it's pretty clear what the archetype is about, and it's exactly like in Legendary Cube.
Yeah, and I think the good part about this is that if you are pretty much alone on the enchantment deck, I mean, no one will pick the Mesa Enchantress unless they are playing the enchantment deck.
Yeah, if you see it's open, move in and you will get late good cards.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, so that's it about that.
Yep. Yeah, time for black-white. As usual, it's not super obvious what it's about for this color combination, but it is mainly, I think, about enter the battlefield effects and some sort of recursion theme.
Yeah.
So, for example, we talked about White Mane Lion earlier. You have the 2/2 flash that can bounce something of your own.
Yeah.
It has an enter the battlefield trigger, and it can bounce something that also has that.
Yeah, exactly.
So you can
do it again.
You have Glimmer Point Stag.
Yeah.
That's a 4 mana 3/3 that flickers something when it enters the battlefield. So obviously flickering something with another trigger will get the trigger again. And if you have double stags, you can flicker the stag and flicker something else if you want. And the cards like Necratal and other value enter the battlefield.
You have Wall of Omens, for example.
Wall of Omens, all of those cards are good in this deck.
Yeah.
And you can combine it with both reanimation and stuff like Gravedigger that gets stuff back from the graveyard to your hand, because then you can just replay them and get the trigger again.
Yeah.
So it's mainly enter the battlefield, value, recursion thing.
Yeah.
And we'll leave it at that, I think.
I think so too.
Yeah.
Now we move on to Izzet, blue-red. And as always, it's a spell-heavy deck.
Instant sorceries.
Yeah, instant and sorceries. Just look at the uncommon, the Wee Dragonauts. It's a flying 1/3 for 3. That's not super good. But whenever you play an instant or sorcery, it gets +2/+0.
Yeah.
So
and you also can. It also has the spells from the graveyard.
Yeah, the flashback theme.
With Burning Vengeance as the classic card that shoots 2 damage to target creature or player when you cast a spell from your graveyard.
Yeah.
And there are several of them with both retrace and flashback.
Yeah.
For example, we have the Firebolt.
Yeah, Firebolt. Very good in that deck. Also, you have Young Pyromancer.
Yeah.
You just create a 1/1 every time you play.
So instant sorceries, heavy decks, graveyard could matter if you have Burning Vengeance.
Yeah.
And there are ways to do that. And yeah, I guess the main theme is instant and sorceries. Okay, so let's move on to the Boros, the red-white deck. And we could call it... it's a combination of go wide and aggro. So just go wide aggro.
Like always, pretty much.
Yeah, it's always some sort of aggro.
Yep.
So on the uncommon you can see the Flamekin Zealot.
Yeah.
It's a 2/2 that gives everything +1/+1 and haste until end of turn.
Yes.
Basically, it's aggressive and it's good if you have a lot of tokens.
Yeah, it fits the theme.
There are other ways to pump the whole team with Rally the Peasants, for example.
Yeah.
The +2/+0 instant with flashback.
And the flashback is red.
Yeah, so it's red and white.
Yeah.
Token makers, we have mentioned Beetleback Chief earlier.
Yeah, and we also have Raise the Alarm.
Yeah, for example. And there are other ways.
Yep.
To get small creatures and tokens.
And there's some haste creatures. There are some stuff that are very aggressive.
Yeah, and if you get a lot of token makers, you can even put in Intangible Virtue and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So, yeah, go wide, aggro.
Go wide, aggro. And the last archetype is blue-green, Simic. And that's... they have Threshold.
As a mechanic, at least. So you can have cards like the Werebear.
Yeah.
There are Cephalid Sage.
Yeah.
There is some Centaur and stuff. I guess there are a few cards with Threshold.
There's also the Shroud 1/1.
Yeah, and if you draft a bunch of those, you can have cards like Screeching Scab to self-mill. You can play Commune with the Gods to pick an enchantment or a creature and then the other stuff into the graveyard. So there are ways to...
There are not that much ways to get stuff in the graveyard.
And I guess this archetype doesn't have to be all-in Threshold. You can be just creatures and value and have the upside of Threshold.
Exactly. But there are some cards that benefit from Threshold.
Yeah, I guess you could see it's like playing Delirium. You build a solid deck and you can get the upside of something more than you have to go all in on it.
Yep.
So I guess that's all. That's the 10 color pairs.
Yeah, and that's the archetypes that we have
and
looked into.
Some of them are very clear. And for example, black-red is a bit diffuse. Black-white. I mean, all those cards can combinations can, I guess, steal cards from each other and have overlaps. There are a lot of dual lands.
They're the give 1 life, enters the battlefield tapped. Lands,
and
they're on a common level, so
we'll see every pack can have 2 or 3 lands because there are so many and they are common.
Yeah.
So it will not be weird to play 3 colors.
No.
And then you can have
and there's also the ping lands.
Yeah. So you could play, for example, green-white enchantments and also have something else from green or white in the same deck, or splash something. Will not be that hard.
No.
So I guess that's it for this. We have now the common and uncommon review for each color, and we have talked about the archetypes. So
now we just want to draft this.
Yeah, try it out. Hope that it's good and healthy. I guess
it looks fun.
Limited format.
Yeah, it looks fun.
Yeah, better than what we thought.
Yeah.
Before reading all the cards.
Yeah, of course.
Okay, so hopefully it was something you can use.
Yeah.
And let's see you for draft videos.
Yes.
Bye.
See ya. Bye.